Okay, so I'm leaving this beautiful Sunway Mall, and this is Saturday. It's either the 20th or 21st of March, 2020, and this is where I was at Tuesday, right before the lockdown. They have a grocery store here, and you see they check your temperature when you come in, and then even when you go in certain other places, they give you hand sanitizer and they check your temperature. So this is what's going on, and this is like a 30-minute walk from where I'm living, and I walked here. The store is fully stocked, filled with food. When I came Tuesday, it was about 10 lines, and all of them was 40 minutes long, and the shelves were going down. Got a strange crate of eggs. I'm not sure if they chicken eggs or something else, but I ate a couple of them. They taste okay. People said they're all right, so I got them because that's all that was left. Regular eggs were gone, the brown ones. So today, needless to say, the place is full of food. Plenty of eggs, plenty of everything. Filled with food, top to bottom. All the mall is closed. The mall is open actually, but all the stores are closed. Happy Fish, other than I saw 2 or 3 pharmacies that were open. Grocery stores open. Starbucks is open. Burger King is open. It's only for takeout. I got a cup of coffee and took it with me and sat down in the mall and drank it. What else is open? A few other places. And then coming here, the streets are pretty vacant. It's not a ghost town, but it's close to it, because this is a city of about 7, 8, or 9 million people, and usually it's real busy. Today, not at all. You see some cars moving, but not like normal, because people can get out. So those in the US, they scared to death. They say martial law, and maybe rightly so, I don't know, because the police powers in America have a history of being abusive towards blacks especially, and some whites and others. So maybe there's a reason for the paranoia. Here you don't get that feeling that people are, in fact I haven't seen any police, Army, National Guard, nothing like that. I'm sure they're out, but I haven't seen any. So this is kind of what it looks like. Not much traffic. These are Uber guys. They own the case, waiting for people to call them. They bring them food. So yeah, it's not bad at all here. I'm kind of digging it, in fact. I read or saw somewhere yesterday talking about one of these countries that are under lockdown. I guess the proper word is quarantine. That's what we're under, quarantine. They said that they already tell it's having a beneficial effect on the environment in wherever this place is they were talking about. I don't know if it was Asia or one of the cities in America. But they said that the river, or the lake, or whatever it is clear now. And it's clearer than it has been. And you can see more fish because all the exhaust, the carbon dioxide from the fumes in the cars and the factory and the industry has allowed the land, the river, the lake, or whatever it was, that's an apartment building, to clear up. I said, praise be to Allah. There's going to be some blessings to come out of this. We understand and make the right decisions. It's going to really help heal the environment, even if it's only on a temporary basis. It's going to do something for the environment. People not on the street, millions of cars and factories and businesses and fumes going everywhere. It's going to have a positive effect on the environment. Now, it ain't going to last long if we go back to business as usual, but I have a feeling we're going to learn some good lessons from this experience, hopefully to be more humane towards one another, more caring and decent towards those who are not able to fully function in society and take care of themselves. They're already talking about, I saw on YouTube, district attorneys, mayors, people involved with the criminal justice system in America. They're already talking about letting people out of jail, low-level offenders. And in Baltimore, I think 60-70% of the people in the county jail haven't even been to court. So they're already talking about, and not just on humanitarian grounds, but all them people packed in there, they can't take care of them on a good day. It's almost like being in Africa. You know, that virus is going to come in because correctional officers, volunteers, healthcare professionals, they coming and going. Some of them going to bring that virus in, and prisoners already know it. And so the less crowding they have, and the less people they have there that don't just absolutely have to be there, the better. So I'm saying that to say that I think at the end of the day, if the oligarchs' grip and the elite can be loosened, they stranglehold over not just America but the world, maybe we'll come out a more humane society in the end. Who knows? We don't know. Time will tell. I'm hoping for the best. They're talking about sending people money now. They're talking about getting everybody checked for free that needs to be checked for free, which is the proper thing to do because everybody in America got a gun. Unlike most civilized nations in the world, most civilized, because these are eating places over here, none of them are open as you can see. Most civilized places in the world, nobody have a gun but the police and the military. I didn't know that till I went to the Philippines in 1993. I saw some stuff there that opened my mind, my eyes to a different level of understanding about certain things. So the fact that everybody in America is strapped and armed and ready to go to war with each other, afraid the neighbors getting ready to come and take their hoard of food or essentials, that's the spirit. I don't think people act like that in most countries. Yeah, it's an emergency. Yeah, it's a quarantine. Yeah, you can't go nowhere. Yeah, people are going to be afraid and concerned and how we're going to survive, but I don't think they think the government's coming to take all their guns, they ain't got none anyway, or that the neighbors coming to kill them for their little stash of food. So I pray for America and I pray for Africa, for real. Africa, not because they're going to react like that, but because the healthcare system is totally inadequate on a good day to provide for the basics if anything happens. So I'm hoping God will intervene, and I don't normally go into that because I think it's people putting the responsibility on something they don't really understand rather than taking responsibility for their own actions. But I talked to some friends in Ghana. They said, well, what we gonna do? You know, we gotta eat, we gotta go to work, and it's very true. Nobody get no Social Security benefit, no retirement, no unemployment, no handout, no nothing. It's hand to mouth, and it's every day. Oscar Hotel, it's every day. And if you don't eat, you'll starve to death. So people gonna have to go right through this thing in all over Africa. You know, they can't just stay shut up at home, and it's crowded in the cities. It's shoulder to shoulder. So I'm praying that they can find a way through this thing without the potential damage that it could bring. But this is what where I'm at looks like. That's the train station, one of many, the BRT station, or MRT rather. I think it's Rapid KL MRT. I haven't been to that one. I go to a different one. The bus comes right in front of my building. It takes about 40 minutes to get to the train station, but the ride is free. But now I know I can walk around here about 25 minutes if I want to. Just about options in life. But this just gives you an idea what it looks like. Normally it's hustle bustle. All these places are open. Business is thriving every day. 365 days most of the time. But this just gives you an idea what it looks like, because it's coming to an area near you soon. I think most people that watch this video are American CKFC, the Colonel. Most people that watch these videos that I put on YouTube, I think they're Americans, I guess. So this gives you an idea. Well, you're already dealing with it, because I just talked to a partner in Las Vegas last night, Friday night, I guess that's when it was there. And he said he heard that LA is getting ready to go into lockdown. Then I saw on the news this morning that the governor of California, the state is quarantining the whole state. Good decision, proper. The governor of New York saying the same thing. After the mayor said that be ready in 48 hours, and then the governor came out overriding him, I guess exercising his authority, saying no, it ain't his responsibility, it's mine. You know, so I'm glad he's taking up his responsibility and locking it down, because somebody said on somebody's Facebook page, they suggested that in the US, one of my friends, and the comment somebody made was, it's too late now. And this person came back and said, no, it's not too late. It may be too late to contain it, but it can still be slowed down by this quarantine and isolation, which I think is absolutely true. But it's a mindset, it's a cultural thing in America. You know, in this place, in the Philippines, in China, and I'm sure in other countries, not just here, and even in Italy and France and Spain, they locked the whole nation down. They didn't leave it up to governors and mayors and the head of the library over here and the head of this institution over there to make the call. They made it from the top, which is a responsible thing to do, and really the necessary thing to do. Reflexology, I'm here to come back there and see what that's about. They locked it down, the whole country. And they're not going to wipe it out like that, but they have a much greater impact on controlling the spread of this thing that we're dealing with and facing, that some people may still think it's a hoax, like Trump. Some of the black community think that. Everybody thinks conspiracy, and it could be, who knows? But at this time, whatever it is, and however it came about, the intelligent thing to do is to find out as much information as you can about it, take it seriously, and protect yourself and your family. The healthcare professionals are saying it's better to overreact than to underreact. That makes perfect sense. So whoever you think started it, you know, you think somebody created it in the lab, maybe so, who knows? But at this point, it's plenty of time to backtrack and figure that out. But you don't want to be tripping so hard with who did what right now that you're not paying attention to the advisories, and you're getting paranoid about stuff, and you're getting frightened to death about things. Just get you enough food and water to last. It's going to be difficult on people in America, especially, I can speak to that don't have a job, because this is throwing them out of work, that don't have money coming in. Some of them won't even be able to afford, don't have enough money in the system, waiters and waitresses, to even qualify for an unemployment check. And so if the government doesn't move in, give the people the money that's necessary. They got the money to give it. They always give it to the rich folks. People accept it. They don't cry out about it as loud as we should. We just accept it. We little puppets, and you know. So give the people to, how is people going to survive if the government doesn't step in and give them the money to buy groceries and food, stop landlords from putting people out as necessary, and mortgages from foreclosing, and utilities from being cut off? How else are people supposed to survive? They won't. They'll go crazy. That's when they'll be grabbing them guns that everybody got and running amok. So anyway, I'm not going to film this all the way home, because I'm getting ready to stop, give me something to eat, this little joint here, if they got anything. I'm not sure if this is the one. Well, maybe I'll keep going. I don't think that's the one I saw. I don't want no chicken. I'm going to just go home because I got food. So all I'm saying is, if you got food, you have enough resource to survive. All you need is food and water, you know, soap, basic stuff people have every day anyway. stay at home. You still be able to go to the grocery store. Somebody gets sick, they can still go to the hospital or the doctor. They need to go to the pharmacy, they'll be open. Basic necessities will still be there. I don't think it's anything to freak out behind. But like I said, in America, we freak out because we think martial law. We don't trust the government. We think they, especially black people, and maybe rightly so, they're gonna come in with that thugocracy, pushing people around and threatening and intimidating, which is how they do us, really. I don't know how other governments do, but I'm telling you, you see ain't nobody out, and I ain't seen the police nowhere. Ain't no National Guard and Army trucks riding around. I'm walking this direction because I'm looking at this Africano. Hey, I gotta find me a place, Africano bar and restaurant in my area. See, I wouldn't have discovered this place without this lockdown because I wouldn't be walking around like this. Africano. I'm gonna have to come back here. Maybe it's upstairs. Yeah, I think it is upstairs. I don't think this is it down here. It's upstairs. I'm gonna have to come back. Check it out. So I'm just showing what it looks like. It's about a 30-minute walk if I walk straight, which I'm not. I'm going pretty straight though. A couple little detours. Kind of trying to find my way for real because I came a little different way, but I know the overall direction I'm going. Frozen food, see they're open. Markets like that, and they right down from my building. In fact, underneath my building are open. Best View Hotel. Some of the hotels I think were not allowing guests in if they weren't already there. Hope I can get back to my area because I didn't come this exact way. I'm over that way. I don't see that large complex, but I think it's behind this building. It looks like from this street I should be able to cut back over to the highway. That's where I'm going. But mainly I'm filming this not so much to talk about this virus, although that's part of it, but to show people what this environment looks like. It'll look different under normal circumstances, it'll be a lot busier, but you can see people still on the street. No checkpoints, nobody harassing anybody for ID or none of that kind of thing. So it's cool. To me it is anyway. And hopefully they already locked down the state of California. San Francisco did the right thing. They led the way. Now they're locking down and quarantining the whole state of New York because that's where the most cases are. That's the right thing to do. People scared, I know, but that's the right thing to do in my opinion. In other places, my daughter's in Houston. She says she keeps hearing that that's coming to them any minute or any day now. And it probably is. And it's necessary. It's a good time, really. Stop all the running and the, you know, take time out to meditate and think about things, relax. I know it's gonna be hard to relax if you ain't got no money. Worrying about how you're gonna eat, that's a whole nother thing. But if you're not in that predicament and you can cover the basics, or if the government steps in and helps people cover the basics, then just relax and enjoy this time. It could be a peaceful time for real. I say it could be a time of renewal and healing. And it's already starting to affect the earth in a renewal and a healing kind of way. And it could be the same thing for us on a personal level, I believe. Families. All right, here I am. Back to the highway, and that's where I'm going. Not sure what all this is. It's a food place. We got a little something open. This is, I'm not sure what it is. Just another big building. Hat seat, it says. Greenfield, that's being built. It's not finished. Petland Jaya Jaya, Petlin Jaya, that's where I'm at, that's my area. Probably not saying it right, but Petlin, Petlin Jaya. It's about 10 minutes till 2 in the afternoon. Now, in smaller cities, there probably won't be this much traffic. I'm imagining. This is the capital, and this is a major international spot. So it's a big city. It's a lot of people, you know. Like Chicago, I guess, more in terms of population. It's probably the closest city in Chicago in terms of overall population you can compare it with. So it's a major place. But it's not a whole lot of activity. Not a whole lot of people on the streets. Okay, this building, that's what I was looking for. That's my landmark because I'm a half a block from there. So I knew I was going in the right direction, and now I don't have to have any certain way to get where I'm going because I know how to get there now. If I want to walk, and really I'm walking because it's good exercise. That's the reason I'm walking, for real. It's good exercise. I got a pack on my back. It's probably maybe 10 pounds, a little give or take. And an Uber only costs about, well, it's not an Uber. Here it's called Grab, G-R-A-B. Here in Thailand it's Grab. Same thing as Uber. But from where I'm coming from to where I'm going, it only costs like $2. Regular taxi about the same, maybe $2.10. Depends on which taxi you get. The red and white one is cheaper than the red and blue one. So I'm not walking because I can't afford it, because it costs so much. I'm walking because it's good exercise. And I'm walking because I like to walk. And I'm walking because I really want to see this environment. I really want to see where I'm at. I really want to know how far I am from that mall. I can't tell. I got an idea from riding in the Uber or the Grab, but it's nothing like walking. And I went online before I started to see how long. They said about a 33-minute walk. Yeah, that ain't bad. And I'm a walker anyway. I walk everywhere. Well, I don't walk everywhere. In the U.S., I hardly ever walk at all. But I'm used to being out of the U.S. And I've walked more in Africa the last 5 years, or 8 or 9 years, or however long it's been, than I've walked since I was a kid. And it's healthy. And now being in Asia, I don't have a car. Don't want one. I'm not gonna make that kind of long-term commitment. Don't feel safe on motorcycles. And then the public transportation system is excellent. So sometimes I walk. And that's what I'm doing today, just so I can see where I'm at. And had it not been for the shutdown, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be on that free bus to the light rail station, and then from there to the city. Or either I'd call a Grab and probably come where I just came from, or go someplace else in the neighborhood. So it's fun to me. It's fun. But you can see all these cars. It ain't like rush hour. It's not like a normal day. But this city's under quarantine. That don't mean everybody's locked up with the military standing guard outside your door. Maybe in the U.S. they'll play it differently. I don't know. I'm hoping they don't. Kuala Lumpur is that way. Petlin, Java that way is where I'm going. Johor, major area. That's the airport. KLIA. Shah Alam is close. I'm getting close. Maybe about 10 minutes more and I'll be home. But I want people just to see what it looks like, really. Sometimes we tend to think, I believe anyway, in America, that the only modern world exists in America and Western Europe, where our masters came from. We know that they live a good life, or we think they do. in Spain and Germany, in England and France. But some of us, including Africans, I think, make the huge mistake of assuming that the rest of the world is not living on anywhere near equal footing. And I have learned from spending time, particularly in Thailand and Malaysia, that's not true. And I have learned from being here and seeing TV, news programs, and documentaries and other kind of stuff. South Korea, upscale, good living. Japan, maybe we know about that. A lot of them living good in Japan and have for a long time, in spite of having nuclear bombs dropped on them in World War II by Uncle Sam. Same way in Taiwan. Singapore, one of the most expensive countries in the world, is right next door to Malaysia. It used to be a part of Malaysia. Certain parts in Indonesia, they're living good, from my understanding. I haven't been there. Jakarta is the capital. Bali is one of the top tourist destinations in the world. A lot of these people are living good, really. We just don't know it. Haven't been exposed to it, haven't been told about it. But they're living the equal in terms of infrastructure. When I say they're living good, in terms of their infrastructure in their countries. Hospital, medical, transportation networks, housing, what else? Entertainment, buildings. It's just, it looks the equal of America to me. In fact, it's more than the equal of a lot of places in America. But maybe you can't judge Kuala Lumpur, say the whole country's like this, but you can't judge New York and say the whole country's like that either, or Chicago or LA. Those are the